Imagine this. It's Friday night. You've been looking forward to this all week. A quiet dinner with your husband. Just the two of you, reconnecting after another hectic week. The doorbell rings. You smile, thinking it must be him, running a little late as usual. But as you open the door, you're greeted by the smiling faces of your stepchildren, dropped off early by their mother. Your heart sinks. This wasn't the plan. Just as you're plating dinner, your phone buzzes. It's a text from your husband. "So sorry, babe. Totally forgot about Mike's birthday dinner tonight. Can't get out of it." Rain check? The words hit you like a punch to the gut. It's not just the cancellation. It's the casualness of it. The phone slips from your hand, landing on the table with a soft thud. The aroma of the now cold dinner mocks you. This isn't just about a missed dinner. It's about the erosion of trust. Repeated cancellations cut deep. They chip away at the foundation of your relationship. It's not about the missed dinner, the missed movie, or the missed concert. It's about the missed connection, the missed opportunity to nurture your bond, and it's about the message those cancellations send. It feels like a lack of respect for your time, your efforts, your feelings. The frustration is real. You rearranged your schedule, you got excited, and now you're left with a fridge full of food and a heart full of disappointment. This frustration can easily morph into resentment. You start keeping score, tallying up every canceled date, every broken promise. It becomes a cycle of hurt and anger, pushing you further apart. One canceled date might be a fluke. 2 or 3 might be a string of bad luck. But when it becomes a pattern, it's time to pay attention. Because this isn't just about scheduling conflicts anymore. It's about how your husband prioritizes your relationship. It's about the unspoken message his actions are sending. Every time he cancels, he's making a choice. He's choosing something else over spending time with you. This pattern of dismissal can be incredibly hurtful. It makes you feel like an afterthought. When cancellations become the norm, it's time for an honest conversation. This isn't about being high maintenance or demanding. It's about the need for connection, the need to feel loved, valued, and prioritized. Date nights serve a vital purpose in any relationship. They offer a chance to reconnect, to escape the daily grind. When those date nights are constantly being sidelined, it sends a dangerous message. It tells you that your connection isn't a priority. This lack of dedicated time together can have a significant impact on your relationship. It can lead to resentment and a feeling of growing disconnect. It's time to reclaim your time together. We've talked about the hurt, the frustration, the feeling of being unimportant. But now, let's talk about solutions. And it starts with finding your voice. It's time to talk to your husband. Not in the heat of the moment, but in a calm, open, and honest conversation. Your voice matters. Your feelings matter. He needs to understand the impact his actions are having on you and on your relationship. Start by choosing the right time and place. Avoid having this conversation when you're already feeling angry or resentful. The goal is not to accuse or blame, but to communicate your feelings and work together to find a solution. Focus on using I statements. This conversation isn't about winning or losing. It's about building a bridge of understanding. Explain to him how much those date nights mean to you, how they make you feel loved, prioritized, and connected. Share your disappointment with vulnerability. Listen to his side of the story as well. There might be factors you're not aware of. This is an opportunity to understand each other better. Once you've both had a chance to share your feelings, it's time to shift towards solutions. This is where collaboration becomes key. Instead of focusing on what he's doing wrong, brainstorm together on how you can prevent these cancellations. Could he set reminders on his phone for important dates? Would it help to have a shared calendar? The key is to find what works best for you as a couple. Approach it as a team, committed to prioritizing your relationship. By communicating openly and honestly, you're strengthening the foundation of your relationship. In today's digital age, we have incredible tools at our fingertips. Tools that can help us stay organized and manage our time effectively. Let's talk about how technology, specifically shared calendar apps, can be a game changer. Think of it as a digital solution to a very human problem. A shared calendar can help you both stay on top of your commitments. Imagine this. You and your husband both have the app downloaded on your phones. You input your commitments, and he does the same. Suddenly, you have a clear, shared view of each other's lives. The beauty of a shared calendar app is that it promotes a sense of shared responsibility. It's no longer just your job to remember date nights. It's a two-way street, a visual reminder that your time together is a priority for both of you. When you both have access to the same information, it's easier to have those crucial conversations about time management. You can sit down together, look at the week ahead, and find those pockets of time to connect. This collaborative approach can be incredibly empowering. It allows you to take control of your time together. And let's not forget the added bonus of reducing those frustrating "did you forget?" conversations. When everyone is on the same page, there's less room for miscommunication. Beyond the app building new habits. While technology can be a powerful tool, it's just that, a tool. The real magic happens when you use this tool as a springboard for building healthier habits. Start by making a conscious effort to input all your commitments into the shared calendar. Make it a habit to check the shared calendar regularly, ideally together. Use the calendar to not only schedule date nights, but also to block out time for each other. The key is to make time for each other a non-negotiable part of your routine. And a shared calendar can be an invaluable tool in helping you achieve that. Reaping the rewards, connection, and trust. Building these new habits might require some effort initially, but the rewards are well worth it. When you prioritize your time together, you'll start to see a positive ripple effect. Date nights will no longer feel like a distant dream. You'll likely notice a decrease in those frustrating arguments. The resentment will start to dissipate, replaced by mutual respect. But perhaps the most significant reward is the strengthening of trust. It tells you that you matter, that your relationship is important, and that you're in this together. Let's talk about Sarah. Sarah, a stepmom of 2, knows the sting of last-minute cancellations all too well. Her husband, John, worked long hours and often prioritized last-minute work dinners or drinks with colleagues over their planned date nights. This pattern left Sarah feeling frustrated, resentful, and invisible. She loved John dearly, but the constant cancellations chipped away at her sense of being valued and prioritized. One day, after a particularly disappointing cancellation, Sarah decided to share her feelings with John. She chose a quiet moment, away from distractions, and spoke from the heart. She explained how much those date nights meant to her, how they made her feel connected to him amidst the chaos of their blended family life. To Sarah's surprise, John was taken aback. He hadn't realized the extent of her hurt, how his actions were impacting their relationship. He genuinely cared about Sarah's feelings and wanted to make things right. Together, they decided to implement a shared calendar system. At first, it felt a little strange, almost clinical, to input every commitment, big or small, into this digital space. But slowly, they both noticed a shift. The the cancellations decreased dramatically. John became more mindful of their shared time, often consulting the calendar before committing to other plans. More importantly, the act of sharing their schedules fostered a sense of transparency and mutual respect for each other's time. They began to view their date nights not as an afterthought, but as a non-negotiable part of their week, something they both looked forward to and protected. Maria's story offers another perspective. A stepmom to teenage twins, Maria faced a different challenge. Her husband, David, struggled with remembering dates and often double-booked himself. It wasn't that he didn't value their time together. He simply wasn't great at keeping track of everything. Initially, Maria tried using gentle reminders, but they often went unnoticed amidst David's busy schedule. Frustrated, she considered giving up on date nights altogether, resigning herself to the belief that they were simply incompatible in this area. Then, she discovered the power of humor. Maria knew David responded well to playful banter. So, she decided to inject a little fun into their scheduling. She created a shared calendar with a twist. Each date night was labeled with a quirky, personalized title that reflected their shared interests or inside jokes. Instead of dinner with Maria, it became Taco Tuesday Time Warp or Netflix and No Teen Zone. David loved it. The playful approach not only caught his attention, but also made him more invested in remembering their dates. The calendar became a source of amusement, a reminder of their shared connection amidst the demands of everyday life. More importantly, it opened up a dialogue about their different approaches to scheduling and helped them find a system that worked for both of them. These are just two examples of the many ways stepmoms are successfully navigating the challenges of last-minute cancellations. There's no single right answer, no magic formula that works for everyone. The key is to find what works best for you and your partner, to be open to experimentation, and to never lose sight of the importance of connection. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many stepmoms face similar challenges. Reach out to your friends, family, or even a therapist for support and guidance. Share your experiences, learn from others, and remember that it's okay to ask for help. The most important thing is to approach this challenge with a spirit of collaboration and a shared commitment to nurturing your relationship. When you both approach the situation with love, understanding, and a willingness to compromise, you can overcome this hurdle and create a stronger, more fulfilling partnership. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the sting of last-minute cancellations, the frustration, the hurt, the feeling of being unimportant. But we've also talked about solutions, about finding your voice, about communicating your needs, about using technology to bridge the gap and create a system that works for both of you. Remember, your time is valuable, your feelings are valid, and your relationship deserves to be a priority. Don't settle for being an afterthought, for constantly being the one who has to be flexible, the one who has to compromise. You deserve a partner who values your time, who makes an effort to be present, who understands that nurturing your connection is not a luxury, but a necessity. This isn't about demanding perfection or expecting your husband to become a mind reader. It's about creating a dynamic where both of you feel seen, heard, and respected. Where your needs are considered equally, where you both feel empowered to speak up and advocate for what you need to feel loved and appreciated. The stories of Sarah and Maria remind us that change is possible. It might not always be easy. It might require some difficult conversations, some trial and error, some adjustments along the way. But when both partners are committed to making the relationship work, even the most daunting challenges can be overcome. The key is open and honest communication. Don't be afraid to share your feelings, to express your needs, to let your husband see the impact his actions are having on you. And when he shares his perspective, listen with an open heart, seeking to understand rather than to judge. Vulnerability can be scary, but it's also the birthplace of deeper connection. It's in those moments of raw honesty, when we allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, that true intimacy flourishes. Don't be afraid to let your guard down, to let your husband see your heart, even the parts that ache. That's where true healing begins. Building a strong, lasting relationship is like building a house. It takes time, effort, and a shared vision. Every conversation, every compromise, every act of love and understanding is like laying another brick, creating a foundation that can weather life's inevitable storms. Don't get discouraged if you encounter setbacks along the way. Remember, even the most skilled builders make mistakes. The important thing is to learn from those mistakes, to adjust your approach, and to never give up on the vision you share. And remember, you're not just building a house, you're building a home, a place of love, laughter, and unwavering support, a place where you can both be yourselves, flaws and all, knowing that you are accepted